Hello everyone. I am Robin with Robin's Reethery. Just trying to pull up. So I have I'm sorry. Just trying to pull up. Hi Nancy. There we go. Right? Okay. And it looks like I'm in view. Oh no. Oh no. Well, at least you're protected from that. Hold on, I'm still trying to pull everything up. I can't believe YouTube came up so quickly. Now you watch. You know who. Oh my gosh, they're both there right away. Ha! What are the chances of that? Say hello when you're popping on. Let me know where you're watching from. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, that's too little. There we go. All right, you're a bit of a distance, so I'm hoping I can read everybody's comments. Everybody see the table okay? Check. We didn't do that the last time, and we were way too close. All right, we're going to be working on our new rabbit stamp tonight. And there's several ways you can do this. It comes in 3 pieces. You have a frame, you have a rabbit, and you have the background, which I used Mod Podge. I'll tell you a little story about that. Hey, Joanne, how are you? So I went ahead and I did the Mod Podge, and then it was right here. It is. I got this vintage Victorian pink florals from Amazon. And believe it or not, this one is like 8 by 8, I think it is. How come it doesn't have the... I think it's 8 by 8 because it fits our 5 by 7 postage stamp just perfect. And our laser machine will also cut. So if anybody wants any of the pages in here, you know where you put your information. Okay? All right. So that's that. My grapevine, I find these all over at the stores that I frequent. Secondhand shops in the area. And I want to show you what I did with this. This was the front. See how kind of washed out that looks? I purposely didn't do the back. I went and used my Krylon matte finish paint, spray paint. It's just clear. And it, if you can see the difference, that was the old, this was the new. It just refreshed that thing and made it look awesome. So we're going to do this 2 ways tonight. And the reason I brought this in is because when we had our lighthouse stamp, can you all see that? Am I in the frame? Yeah. That's what I did with that. This was the Dollar General metal mailbox that we covered over. Hi, Judith. So this is another thing. We're going to put one in the wreath, but then we're going to make a wall hanging out of the other, or you can put it in a centerpiece. And all we did was put one of my little things on the back, my little U-shaped things with a stick. So I'm just thinking we got to make ourselves a mailbox. That's just what I'm thinking. All right, so I already glued this one together. This is the one that has the holes. And I started distressing it around the edges of the bunny. I just put a little bit on there and then kind of rubbed it in to make it look kind of worn and old. And I'm just using the wax, the antique wax. And Nancy, the antique wax looks better on the runner for the bunny than the paint did. Just a FYI on the project we did the other night. So I'm just distressing it a little, okay? Tired of fighting with my glue, so I got some super glue. Now, this is just a piece of paper, like I said, with the Mod Podge over it. We put it on the machine, and then it just cut it right out for us. He even went ahead and engraved through the paper, because you can see the 20 that real good. And then it also left the outline of where the bunny goes. So, we're just going to put that over there. And we're going to glue our bunny on. This is the old wood. I was practicing on the back. Funny story. I was messing with the Mod Podge the other day and I couldn't get it open. Mod Podge. I keep calling it Mod Podge and it's Mod Podge. And I'm slamming the lid down on here to break the seal because it's stuck. It gets stuck sometimes. And the darn lid cracked. It went all over my crafting table and then went on the floor and on my shoe. So, needless to say, okay, I'm trying to be able to read comments on, there we go. Joanne's watching from Colorado. She's on Facebook. So, I had a big mess to clean up. Alright, so I want to put this off to the side because I thought it'd be kind of cool just to make this into a wall hanging. So, we're going to string some beads, and I'm probably going to end up, after I'm done, going back and coating the beads with a different color. But I think what I'm going to do, let's see how big I want it. I'm thinking that's big enough. So, I just thought we'd do something different with it. This is my Farmhouse Springtime Rabbit. You can go ahead and use it for Easter. You can go ahead and use it for spring. You can do whatever you want with it. He's yours. Alright, I'm going to go with some bigger ones. And then I thought we'd put a tassel on the end. Hi, Nanny Dot. Yeah, I'm thinking these would look really nice stained. Or even painted like a green. Pull the green or the pink or the red out of here. And using my iron has a little bit of stuff stuck on it. And I'll tell you what, it really made this look vintage. And I'm loving it. Why am I having trouble already? Should not be having trouble. Not already. There we go. Just have to twist it a little bit. This is like shabby CHIC. We're not allowed to use it because it's trademark. It was a mess. Thank heavens for my Norwex, because I was able to wipe it up and rinse it out and wipe it up and rinse it out. But it was everywhere. And I'm even, because it was the wide mouth jar, I'm even like trying to scoop it back into the container. Hi, Nanny Dot. So, I had an old mason jar in the cabinet, which now has, I'll say, mostly all of what came out of that jar in it. I couldn't fit any more. So, yeah, it was a mess. Everybody have a good weekend. We celebrated my husband's birthday yesterday. It's Tuesday, which I found out is the same day as Judith. So I waited till tonight to wish Judith a happy early birthday. So everybody wish Judith a happy birthday. Her birthday is the same day as my husband. So how about that? Yes, it's peanut butter. And I want to know why Rachel's called Jelly. Is that because she's sweet? And I'm called peanut butter because I'm salty? I started thinking about that after the live the other night. Like, what? So am I salty? Oh, that's nice, Nanny Dot. Yep. I told her, I sent her a message yesterday. I'm like, you're not going to believe this, but Dollar General has more of those trucks. They have a green spring truck, and I think it's bigger than the summer one we got, and it's only $15. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay, now I can start putting a smaller one on. See how small this one is. So I just had to share that. And Judith was out celebrating. And I said, so are we. So how about that? I won't ask you your age. I promise. But hubby is 68. I can tell that. He doesn't care. Now this little one is stuck right down at the bottom. Little booger. My grandson told me, he says, move over, Nana. He wanted to trade spots because he wanted to blow out the candle. And I didn't put one on. Oh, so he's a year older than you, Judith. I wasn't asking. I was being nice. But thank you for sharing. All right, so I had a tassel maker right here. I lose that thing more often. Oh, and I waited till today to show Judith. This is what Judith wanted. She wanted a ladybug rail to go along with the bee, the bear bee. Isn't she cute? Long story about this. I'll tell him, Rachel. Thank you. Joe cut it, and he cut it like a flat egg. And sometimes you have to put something away and then bring it back and say, oh yeah, about a couple weeks later, I needed it cut out. So we got this done this weekend. But isn't she cute? Freckles and all. Where are we going? There we go. She's sitting on a mushroom. So I'll be listing her. But I wanted to show you it's now done, and it's done the way I wanted it. So, since I can't find my tassel maker, which was right there, I swear, I had to go hunting glasses again. Now, come on. There's the end. There we go. I know it was sitting right there, and I know it was like a minute ago. As soon as I turn it off, I'll find it. So I'm just going to wrap with my hand, which is very awkward. But I have some ribbon. And I have some twine. That'd be cute to like incorporate all three. So let's see if I can do this with my hand. That's why I want a little pocket on the side of our marker, paint marker holder. So I can slip it right there and not lose it. Isn't she adorable? I think she's so cute. Judith was waiting very patiently for that. Sometimes you have to pick your battles. So I just put it aside till it was in the right mood. And I said, oh, by the way, I didn't want this like that. So it is now the way we wanted it, right, Judith? This is going to be the messiest tassel ever because I don't have my tassel thing. But that's okay. We make do. It's just not going to look pretty. I will. Don't want to tell him too much. Make his head big. You know how long it's taken him to make those wood nickels? 9 of them take 20 minutes. And we had 100 to do, and we have another 400 to do, and we have another 100 and another 100 for 2 other businesses. Plus, I want 100 for this weekend. Just going to put a little bit of glue there to kind of hold it. And then I think we're just going to glue it right there so it doesn't... There we go. All right. Yeah, it's all of a sudden crazy here. But hey, they like them. I know. Rachel, I'm going nuts. I mean, I had 25 license plates to make. I have another 20 to do. Not complaining. Just saying. Yeah, I think I need a bigger piece here. Take it around back, tie it again. Did you ever see like a vintage piece of, well, we'll call this scrap paper, but wallpaper? This so reminds me of my grandmother's attic, this wallpaper. I just absolutely love it. And then we'll tie this off. Keep looking because I keep thinking that that task maker is just like staring me in the face. So there's that. And then I wasn't sure if these would look okay on there or not. They could, but I think it's too much. I also found these because I thought, okay, this might be an option. These are like little stick-ons, and we're going to do some stuff with these coming up, like for the resin. So I didn't know if any of these would look good like on the rabbit. No, but you could take the leftover paper because there's like a nice little slice on the side, and we could put some of those flowers on there. We could do that. This has like roses and tulips and daisies and daffodils and more roses, pansies, more tulips, a big variety, and then some yellow flowers and sunflowers. So we're going to have fun with that. Hi, Monica. How are you? Thank you. Thank you, Peggy. So there we go. That's one way. So you have a centerpiece that you could put it in. You could do a wall hanging with it. You could also, if you didn't want to, comes with or without the holes, you could also put it in a plate stand. I think that looks really pretty. Once I stain the beads, that will look cool. So that's another way of doing it. So on to number 2. So of course, you know, I'm going to foil because I got the coolest shimmering foil ever from Jen. Look at that. Oh. So I already put the adhesive on my bunny. So we are going to do this. I'm going to take that little piece of dirt off there. This is It's gonna be so cool. First time I'm using this one. And I still have your brush, Judith. I didn't want you to think I forgot. Let me check. I love doing the rip. See, it's like a peach. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh man, did she send me some? I picked out some nice ones, and she was so generous. But that's the way Jen is. Now, Joe has to make a foil holder for me. More work. Oh yeah, Peggy said silk flower for the tail. Yep. Peggy, how did you like my bunny? I made a bunny out of two candy dishes turned upside down, and I filled it with cotton balls because for the little kids when they come in the store, I wanted to do a contest, and they're all gonna guess the cotton balls. How many cotton balls are in there? Except they're all gonna win because they're all gone home with a wooden nickel. All right, so we're gonna glue this together. Now this kind of has peach and a little bit of rose and green and yellow in it. But see how pretty that is? Okay. I just love old vintage looking wallpaper. All right, so we're gonna glue our little bunny in place. Now he went and, like I said, engraved right through the paper, and the machine cut the paper, so I didn't have to sit there and cut the paper on all those little edges. I could have. We could have Mod Podged, and then we could have sanded the sides. Oh, man. This looks so pretty. Except, gonna hold. I should have waited till it was dry so I could put the iron on it. I have to hold it. Right? No, why Facebook feels it needs to go off. These are kind of too big. Well, it might not look bad on that one. Peggy's saying add a flower to the tail. I'm looking to see if I have a little one. These were those flowers that I found online. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, we'll add a flower for Peggy. Yeah, these were all little just flower. They use them in weddings and stuff. And I used these when we did the dual live the other night with Rachel. There we go. How's it look, Peggy? I even had these too. I thought these were. It's called dogwood picks, but they have like pearl, and then diamonds in the middle, like sequins. She loves it. Yay! Peggy loves it. All right. Let me see if this is sticking. Yeah, it is. Yay! All right. So now we're going to add the frame. So I'm just gonna, I got tired of fighting with my CA thick, so I got out the super glue. So you get the back piece, you get the frame, and you get the bunny. And if you want the paper, you know where to comment. And then I'll let you know what colors are left. There, we'll let that sit for a minute. But I'm thinking I need another weight on that corner. I used my Mod Podge in the orange marmalade container. My life. Alright, so this was my grapevine that I found in my secondhand shop that I spray painted with just the matte finish to make it look beautiful again and not look washed out. Very easy to do. Because I'll tell you, you can't get good grapevines anymore. They are so crappy. Alright, now I got a variety of flowers here that I've had in my stash. So we're going to work with those. Oh. Okay. Alright. So, what I planned on doing was kind of mixing some of these up and creating just on the right side. That's the plan. I've got some that are all kind of very similar in color, but very different. So I'm just kind of mixing everything together. And some need a stem, which I put over here. Because they didn't even have a stem. So we're just going to create just by using flowers of all the same color scheme. Man, buried. Chopped off all these little messes. Alright, so I think this is going to go like right in here. Right there. And you can iron these if you want. I am cutting. You can like steam them up, but I don't want them. Okay. Then I had some little ones. So we're going to stick those down in there. Okay, and this one, these were all the pieces I cut off from the boxwood the other night. So we saved those because when I have a flower or greenery that doesn't have a stem, we just go ahead and add one. All right. Another one of these. Oh, I guess I didn't. Probably doing it a little bit backwards, but this is the way I'm building it. And then we have a little bit of like cream color, and then I have some of this like rosy color. And then we have some of this white that we're going to put in here. Right. Like I said, these are just a mix of leftovers, all same color scheme. So, thought I might even put a little bit of this in there too. This peachy kind of color. But a little bit here and there, not real heavy. I'm just taking one piece and I'm splitting it into 3. This one is not sticking. So we're going to give it a bigger stem. Because it's screaming for a bigger one. I'm too short. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention, am I? No problem. Thank you. Been there, done that. And see, I like the boxwood because it has those little, like, rosebud little needles on them. So they do stick nice in here. All right, this. I'm going to go up under here. And then this one. I think we'll do down in here. There. Then we have some of that garland from Hobby Lobby. And then we have some of this. This is just left over from one of my bee wreaths that I did. And I don't know if I want to, nope, it doesn't do it for me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go up through the middle of these two leaves and use both of them on a pick because I'm liking the different color. So we'll go up through this first. And then we'll add the garland piece on there too. So see, I have kind of like an unusual looking floppy thingy. All right. Ta-da! Now, so never throw out your boxwood picks when you shorten them. And see, that really makes for a nice filler too there. So if you're short on filler, use it. I'm going to put some of it right there. Use the part we already have. If it won't go up through the top, bring it down and it will come down through. I don't think we need all that. I'll leave that out. Need something right there. Just a little something. So we're going to put some of that in there. Yes. How we looking? Oop, wrong way. I wondered if I could put some of these in there, but I think they just look too cheap. Okay, we're leaving those out. Should be dry. So this is going to go right there. Okay. So I didn't want the holes showing, so that's why we're going to use this one. So have enough thickness here that we can go through the wood, that I don't need a spacer. Power. I'm going through the corner. Maybe I should have used a darker color. But we should be able to bury it in there. And I love how the tinsel tie really holds. So. Joanne went off. It went off, Joanne and Peggy. Sorry about that. Now, it was real quandary trying to figure out which ribbon to use on this. And I think I finally got it figured out. Oh! No wonder it's not holding. It went right off. I didn't have the staple in there well. Well, we're going to do that again. Maybe I should have glued it down before I started twisting. The other one don't break. Oh, good. Phew. All right, let me position it again. So much easier fishing the tinsel tie through the wreath than a thin piece of wire. Now, I decided to go with green. So, here was my plan. I wanted a short tail here and a longer tail going down the front. So all I'm doing is making loops. I got about 7 loops there. Okay. I even took some ribbon and was trying to wax it up to antique it, but I didn't like the way it came out. Because I have like a peach striped ribbon that I was even going to add in there, but the stripes were so strikingly white, I kind of dirtied it up with the wax, and I'm not really liking that, so ditch that idea. But this, originally I did have Easter written down the side, and I thought, you know, let's take the Easter off, because that way it can be left up all year. Because I have a girlfriend who loves rabbits. And like Nancy plans on leaving her rabbit up, right, Nance? Tell me I got this the wrong way. I don't hear it clicking. So I must have it the wrong way. So happy spring, everybody. As of 5:24 tonight here, it was first day of spring after that little cold snap. I've been walking around with a shirt and jacket on all day. Inside. I'm going to take advantage of my grapevine, and I'm going to have my ribbon looping through it in sections. And I wish I had one more of those little roses, but I don't. I'm going to use this piece to cover up the tinsel tie underneath. And I think I still have this in green and brown in my shop. So it is still there. Just like that. I don't know. I'm better off leaving it and putting them in here. We're just using up a ton of little stuff tonight. Oh, come on, go down in there. So there, you've got 3 ways you can use it. Centerpiece, wreath attachment, or wall hanging. I think either way you can't go wrong with this piece. That's a good one. So that way, or see, won't that look cute up in there? Several ways to do it. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I tried every color with this combination, and the only thing that looked good was the green. So that's using the yellow, the peach, and the rose background. Thank you. Thank you, Rach. And I think I still want to put this in there too. This was just a piece on a pine cone. And I thought, well, look at that. Why not? Go big or go home. And we're doing it. We're just like intermixing all these little pieces together. Just different variations of color. There. Perfect. I know, right? And you can see all those colors in the flowers are in that picture. And I like our bunny. He just has a little bit of a sheen to him. Now, do you think he needs to be like, put a little wax around the edges? What do you think? Yay or nay? Leave him shiny? Or put a little, and that's what I meant to do to the frame, and I forgot I was going to antique the frame up a little. I still could. This was the only ribbon that looked right. Because the yellows were too bright. The peaches were too, or yeah, the peach color was too bright. So you definitely need, leave it shiny. I feel like it needs something a little bit. Let me see. Maybe if I just like rough up around the edges to make them look bolder that way. All right, well, I kind of scratched it up a little, so I think that's good. And you know, if you want this, and if you even want a little piece of this color, you know what you have to do. You know where to put it on your order. All right, we are done. And I think we're going to do the new big, I'm sorry, Joanne, it cut you off again. There we go. I think we're going to do the big, the new Hello Spring door hanger on Wednesday, 2 o'clock. All right. Well, I thank you all for hanging out with me. So I gave you 3 ideas for our stamp. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Stay safe. Good night.